Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Kirk here again at Option Alpha, and I wanted to talk to you guys about my particular morning slash evening routine. I think it's really important that everyone has a morning routine or an evening routine, whatever the case is. If you're not able to trade during the day, have an evening routine to go over charts. Whatever the case is, it's really important to get on a routine. It gets your emotions out of the market and it lets you become a little bit more systematic in what you do with your trading plan. So again, there's 5 reasons I want to go over why you should have a morning or evening routine. Number one is that it always allows you to go on an emotional autopilot, right? If you have a system and you're just working that system every day, then you don't need to worry about any of your emotions. Your emotions are basically taken out manually by you. It also ensures that what's important is actually getting done. This can be analysis, this can be adjusting your portfolio, this can be reviewing charts. But if you get on a good routine, then you know that you have time to block out for each one of these things. All too often, we all know that we have some things to do and we may not even get to them because we haven't time blocked them out. Number three, creates a steady rhythm to your day. This is really important. Having a great morning routine or evening routine is just part of your whole daily process. If you wake up in the morning and you're all flustered and you're trying to search through charts and find trades and do whatever, and then you have to go to work, it just doesn't really add up. And at the end of the day, you're tired, you don't really want to deal with the markets. But if you wake up in the morning and you have a great morning, you go through some charts, you do what needs to be done, you'll have a much better day and feel more confident about what you're doing even more. Number four is that it relieves stress and leaves your mind clear. Again, that's a big part here is that if you have a routine, it's going to relieve stress. You're going to get everything that you need to have done, and then you can focus on other things because you know you've already checked off the items on your list for the day. And then finally, it provides a sense of security for your investments. If you know that you're reviewing them daily, if you're going over your hedge strategies, if you're taking a look at things that may be a little bit risky to your portfolio, then by the end of the day, you know that you have a sense of security. You don't have to watch and hover over the computer. All too often, I find that the best traders are the ones who can walk away from the computer, while the worst traders are the ones who feel like they need to hover over the computer and the markets each day. So here's my morning routine in a nutshell. I get up early. I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I'm sure probably most of you guys have gotten emails from me really early in the morning. That's when I tend to respond to emails to members. That's the first thing I do in the morning. I want to answer any questions that were lingering overnight. Sometimes I'll be up late responding to emails, but most often I get most of my email work done in the beginning of the day. That's my biggest hangover. So I eat that first, I take that out, and then I can worry about other things. I'll quickly skim the headlines after I read all the new or respond to all the emails. And again, what I'm doing here is that I'm not necessarily reading every single thing. I like to use FinViz, and you can also use some of the tools that we have in our membership area to skim all the headlines for the market for that day. But it just gives me a real good idea of what's going on in the market. Again, I don't really want to dig down deep into any of the stories. I just want to know generally what's going on, what's happening with earnings, or this country, or that country, or oil production, or downgrades, or upgrades. That's what I'm looking for. After I do that, I'll real quick check the pre-market trading. Again, I'm up early, so by this time it's about 7 o'clock. I want to know where the market is trading pre-market, kind of get my head wrapped around the coming day. Again, pre-market skimming of headlines will help. If there's been bad news, obviously pre-market trading is going to be down. If there's been good news, then pre-market trading might be up. But the idea is you want to know ahead of time where the market's trading so you don't get caught. Here's a real good example. This, I believe, is actually, I believe this is Apple stock that I took this off of. But you can see that there was a big gap in the stock overnight. And again, here's 4 o'clock, right where the shaded area ends. So overnight, the stock gap down pretty big here. So you just want to know where the market's trading, obviously, and not have any surprises when the market opens. After that, I'll check any economic reports that are coming out. Again, this is a screenshot of what we have for all of our members in here. It's an interactive economic report. So you can check it by all of the currencies or markets or the relevancy, how important the economic report is. So you can see MBA mortgage applications here, not that important. It's only got one bull. But some of the retail sales, core retail sales, monetary policy report, those are the most important things I want to take a look at for the day. And so I can check and see what the report is, what the expectation is. It's all interactive, really cool tool for all of our members here at Option Alpha. But again, the idea is I don't want to be caught off guard with any report that's coming out that might affect my portfolio. After that, I'll walk away from the computer and I will go and eat a good breakfast. I can't stress this enough. Breakfast is going to be so helpful to you if you want to get into a good routine. And the reason I walk away at this point is because I've pretty much digested all of the coming day's news, and I want to take some time that's away from the computer, away from other people's ideas, and form my own ideas and hypothesis about what the day might bring and how I need to adjust my portfolio. So I take that time to walk away, I sit down, I have a good breakfast, I talk to my wife, we have our time in the morning, and then I'll come back to the markets. So after breakfast, I'll come back, I'll analyze my current portfolio. More often than not, I generally know everything that's in my portfolio and where it stands at the end of the previous day, but I'll just take a look and just make sure nothing's out of place. There's nothing that showed up that shouldn't be there or nothing that's gapped that shouldn't have gapped. But I want to analyze what positions I have and how they affect the current market. Then I'll finally watch the market for about the first 30 minutes of trading. Now, obviously, on some of the bigger news days, I might watch it longer if the market's moving, but generally speaking, I'm always going to take a look at the market for the first 30 minutes. That's when most of the action is going to happen during the trading day. So I want to be active. I want to make sure that if I need to make any adjustments, that I'm making adjustments to the market and to my portfolio. I'm adding risk or decreasing risk, whatever the case needs to be. After that, at about 10:30, I hit the gym, and that's usually where the lull in my day is. So most people, they will, go off and do work at this point, but I usually don't stick around to see the whole trading day. I don't want to watch stocks trade up and down, and I don't want to watch every single tick of the market. I have better things to do. The reason that I started trading was to get more free time and more flexibility. So I go to the gym at 10:30. This is a really good routine of mine because it allows me to walk away from the markets. I can't stress that enough. If you can't walk away from the markets now, then how are you ever going to walk away from the markets when you have a lot of money? So walk away from the markets, go to the gym, go running, read a book, do something that's not market related. The one push up a day, and this is clearly the picture of me, just kidding. But here's my tip and trick. When I started working out way back in the day, one person told me that you just need to do one push up a day and the rest will take care of itself. And I didn't know what that meant at the time, but here's what it means. If you can break things down into a very simple goal, almost stupid simple, and one push up a day was that stupid simple goal of mine, then it'll take care of itself. And so here's what happens. So if you want to do just one push up a day, say to yourself, listen, I can't commit any other time, but I can do one push up a day. So in the morning you wake up, you go on the ground, you do one push up, you stand up, you do the rest of your day. But what's going to happen is it's going to trick your brain into trying to do two. So by the next day, maybe you'll do two. And then the next day you'll say, well, two is stupid. I can do three, and I can do 4 and 5 or 20. And then you're in a workout routine. So that's the trick with trading. You want to get in that routine. You want to slowly get into it. Don't try to shock yourself into it and have this huge whole routine. Just try to do one thing a day and build on that every single day. And that's the best way to get into a routine over the course of a month. So as always, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please take a second to share this video with any of your friends, family, or colleagues on your favorite social network using the buttons right below.